Hey guys, today we are diving right into that weird and oddly satisfying feeling you get when your fingers look like tiny shriveled prunes after a long bath or swim. Imagine you're soaking your hands in water, and after a few minutes, your fingertips start to wrinkle, much more noticeably than the rest of your hand. Your palms might show some lines, but nothing compared to those shriveled tips. Ever wondered why your fingers wrinkle, but not the whole hand? You might assume it's just your skin soaking up water and puffing up like a sponge, but it's way more fascinating than that. So, before we begin, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you truly enjoy what I do here. Also, drop your location and what time it is for you in the comments. Let's figure this out, and hey, drop your guesses in the comments while we go. Ready? Let's roll. When your fingers wrinkle in water, it's not just about your skin passively soaking in moisture. Instead, your nervous system is calling the shots. That's right. Your brain and nerves decide when your fingertips should crinkle. The outer layer of your skin, called the stratum corneum, absorbs water and swells slightly. But this alone doesn't cause the wrinkles. Instead, the nerves trigger blood vessels beneath your skin to constrict, pulling the skin inward into those familiar grooves. This is why if you have nerve damage in your hands, your fingers might not wrinkle at all, even after a long soak. Here's a quirky twist. The wrinkles seem to form only where the skin is thickest, your fingertips, not on the softer, thinner skin of your palms. Scientists still argue whether this wrinkling is an accidental side effect or a purposeful adaptation. Some even suspect it might have evolved to improve grip in wet conditions, but more on that later. For now, just remember that your body's wiring is smarter than you think. Those wrinkles are a little biological signal, not just water damage. Now that your fingers are crinkling thanks to your nervous system's clever instructions, why might your body go through all that trouble? One popular theory is that those wrinkles aren't just cosmetic. They actually help you grip wet or slippery objects better. Imagine trying to hold a soggy bar of soap or a wet glass without slipping. Those finger wrinkles act like natural tire treads, channeling water away and increasing friction. Tests have shown that wrinkled fingers do improve handling of wet items, kind of like the grooves on your car's tires slicing through rain on the road. But here's the quirky part. This grip-boosting theory is still a hot topic among scientists. Some argue that the wrinkles don't really add any benefit in dry conditions, or that they might even reduce touch sensitivity. Others point out that animals with similar wrinkling don't always use it for gripping, so maybe it evolved for a different reason altogether. For example, some researchers suggest that wrinkling might help with underwater foraging or sensing vibrations, but evidence there is sketchy. Your nervous system's involvement hints that this isn't just a passive reaction, but a controlled, adaptive response. The debate goes on, but the idea that your fingers turn into tiny, wet grips is pretty compelling. It's like your body's built-in mini anti-slip gloves, helping you navigate a slippery world without even thinking about it. Next time your fingers get all wrinkly, you're basically strapping on natural traction pads. No extra gear needed. But if your wrinkly fingers are such clever tools, why don't other parts of your skin wrinkle the same way? And why do wrinkles vary so much between people, or even from one soak to the next? It turns out the story gets even more mysterious when you look closer. Wrinkling mostly happens on thick, glabrous skin, like your fingertips and toes, while the skin on your palms and other areas barely changes. Scientists think this is because the skin in those areas has different structures, including a denser network of sweat glands and nerves, which are essential for triggering the wrinkling process. Here's a quirky fact. The type of water you soak in matters too. Salt water and fresh water can cause different wrinkling patterns, and oddly enough, very hot or cold water can alter how quickly or deeply your fingers wrinkle. Some studies even suggest that your age and health affect the speed and intensity of wrinkling. Older adults or people with certain nerve conditions may see less or delayed wrinkling. This has opened a surprising door for researchers who explore wrinkling as a non-invasive indicator of nerve function or blood flow. Scientists still debate exactly how all these factors interplay and whether wrinkling is always beneficial. Could there be hidden downsides, like making skin more vulnerable or less sensitive? Or is it just one tiny, weird feature among many in your body's toolkit? The truth is, wrinkling is a small but fascinating window into how complex and dynamic your skin really is, constantly adapting and communicating in ways you'd never expect from just a simple soak in the tub. Winding down now, it's wild to think that something as simple as your fingers wrinkling in water is actually a clever biological trick, not just a weird side effect. We've uncovered how your nervous system controls the process, why those wrinkles might help you grip slippery things better, and how factors like skin type, water conditions, and even your health influence this small but fascinating adaptation. It's like your body's built-in smart tech, quietly working behind the scenes. What really sticks with me is how something so subtle can reveal so much about the complexity of our skin and nervous system. And the fact that scientists are still debating some of these points, it reminds us that nature never stops surprising us. Maybe next time you're soaking in a tub or swimming, you'll appreciate those wrinkly fingers a bit more, not just as a silly quirk, but as a smart evolutionary tool helping you navigate the wet world. Thanks for sticking around till the end. Zuno's got plenty more weird and wonderful questions coming up. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you had fun, and I'll see you in the next one.